I remember I used to date a girl, and this is getting cut by the way because I'm not having this on here, but I remember I was dating a girl one time where she said, "Yeah, I just watched a movie. It's black and white," and I literally said to her, "Well, it's because you're fucking stupid." Like,
They should be black and white movies in school.
yeah,
I watched
I don't watch it. It's black and white. All right, just
my first Humphrey Bogart movie was in senior year of high school. I watched it's not the first black and white movie I ever
what
saw, but
Maltese Falcon.
Maltese Falcon, because we did a section of study on noir, and he threw that on. I'm like, thank you,
Just study of
because
noir in high school.
yeah, because there's noir in actual fiction, and we read something I can't remember what it was,
Oh,
but we were reading it. We were discussing different forms of literature, and noir was one of them. And he's like, well, I can't. It's easier to show you what noir feels like, so he just put on Maltese
okay.
Falcon. So,
Seems kind of like a fucking like a scapegoat.
I'm sure it was a I don't want to teach today, so we're gonna watch Maltese
That's
Falcon,
like
but
my fucking
um,
teacher in
I
English.
wasn't complaining. So
My teacher in English was saying how like yeah, we don't really have enough time to like read another book, but the program says we have to cover another subject, so we're gonna watch Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So they made us watch Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and like,
oh,
oh man, dude, I
I
gotta
still
tell
haven't
you,
seen that.
first of all, I didn't finish the movie. I didn't watch it.
You just knock out.
Oh, I might have, or like I wasn't there for a class, but I had to do an essay on it, and it's like, well, I haven't finished the movie. It doesn't fucking matter. This is an easy subject matter. I'm really good at this shit. So I literally wrote like a fucking like 8 to 10 page paper on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, never finishing the film. I probably watched the first 30 minutes to an hour, and I got a fucking like 98 on it. And there's points you're like, yeah, there's like a few spelling errors, but like your fucking ideas. I'm like, what can I say? I love the movie. It's fucking easy,
I
man.
I still haven't seen that movie.
I wasn't over the moon. I wasn't over the moon about it. Like, I've seen parts of it. I thought ideas were cool, but
I
eh,
just find it wild that Robert De Niro is the fucking creature.
yeah,
That's just wild to me that they actually got that.
yeah.
Kenneth Branagh's Doctor. I mean, Kenneth Branagh, like obviously he directed it, but him being Victor Frankenstein is good fucking casting. He
Yeah,
cast himself, but whatever. Still, like that's a really good combination of actor. But I'm just De Niro as the creature.
especially
Interesting.
at that time period too, because that was I think 93 to like 95.
Yeah, it was right around when
Bram
Bram Stoker's
Stoker's.
Dracula came
Yeah.
out.
So like he was in his like prime though,
Yeah,
like, and it was a role that I don't think he should have took. See, the thing is like, it's weird that a film in the 90s, well, it's not really weird because the 90s does that shit a lot, but like it's weird that a modern film at that time would depict like all the villagers as just being pieces of shit and terrible. And maybe that's like it in the book, I don't know, because my teacher wanted us to watch this movie because it's so similar to the book, but it just doesn't translate well on screen because you don't really grow like attached to the creature. It's like, well, you feel bad for him, but more so you feel like he needs to move because this place fucking sucks. And there's only a certain aspect of like, yeah, you feel bad for him, but I'm just more wondering like, why is everyone so goddamn shitty? Like, even in the first Frankenstein, like the little girl's not shitty, and maybe other people wouldn't have been shitty, but they're terrified, so like, sure. Or in the second one, the blind guy's not shitty. Oh, it's because he's blind. You can't tell. It's like, yeah, but still, that's a human being.
yeah.
But in that film, I know that there's a scene with the blind man in that movie. I haven't gotten to it. Maybe that scene's fucking tremendous, but I've never heard that many raving reviews about this movie.
Yeah, I've never heard very many people be like, "This is a great movie." I always hear it's like watch it for the novelty factor
Yeah.
because it's like, yeah, it exists and it has
Yeah.
Robert De Niro as the Frankenstein's monster, which is just interesting
I
that that
know one
happened.
thing that does happen is he does craft the bride in that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the bride is his like was his wife. I think that's in the book though.
Yeah, I haven't read the book yet. I own it. I haven't
But
read it yet.
it's less so about the context of that, but it's more so like the movie is just fucking weird at how it plays out.
It, well, I mean, it's not really well rated. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't think horror thrived in the 90s. I'm sorry to say it. I say it every week, but
Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is ambitious and visually striking, but its overwrought tone and lack of scares make for a totally inconsistent experience.
see, it's not like it's meant to be a horror film though.
It's long, bro.
That's the problem with a lot of the films in the 90s. They're not really structured like horror films.
It's produced by Francis Ford Coppola too.
Yeah. See, Coppola's Dracula and Branagh's Frankenstein, they're almost filmed like they're supposed to be just over dramatic, just heavy art films.
Yeah,
They're not like meant to be horror films. It's like, oh, there's not enough scares. It's like, sure, that could be annoying, but is that really a criticism though that there's not enough scares? Like, it's not fucking Resident Evil. Like, what the fuck are you trying to get at here?
sure hope it's not Resident Evil.
Like a lot of these monsters and creatures should be they should be terrible entities of power. But they don't have to be horror films designed around them. Brendan Fraser's The Mummy is probably the most sononified mummy version of anything right now, and it's through and through not a horror film.
Yeah, whenever anybody brings up the Mummy, it's always assumed to be the Fraser movie,
Yeah.
and for
It's
good
awesome.
reason.
I love
I
that
love it.
movie. I love the second one too,
It's a
except for
blast.
fucking Dwayne the Johnson Rock.
Nah,
Like,
bro. You mean PS2 cutscene The Rock?
but
I still haven't seen the Scorpion King.
don't.
I own it because I got the Mummy collection and it came with it. It's the only reason I have it. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise.
But yeah, I think a lot of these creatures can be fearful entities, but they don't have to be horror films designed around them. Do what you want, have fun.
Give me that pulp creature movie.
I would like it.
It'd be entertaining, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, it could be.
Depends who directs it.
Yeah. Oh man, who the fuck would direct that? Bring Joe Johnston out of retirement.
Yeah, right.
It won't happen, but do it.
I don't
Ask
know. I don't know who I'd have direct it. Steven Spielberg.
him. Oh my god. Have the guy who directed The Mummy do it. Steven Sommers. Why not? You could probably do it.
Oh wait, never mind, never mind. I thought you were talking about the new Mummy movie
No. No.
because that's
no,
like
no,
an
no, no, no,
action
no, no.
adventure
Oh,
movie,
no, 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 no,
and I was
no,
like,
no, no.
man, don't let that guy direct
If,
anything.
I was gonna say if Alex Kurtzman ever gets behind a camera again for a movie, I'll be not watching that one. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much.
He's
But
just
yeah,
an
no.
asshole when it came to the backlash of that film. He's it's through and through horror film. You know, Tom's really helping out and like, but this is truly my vision. Movie comes out, Tom Cruise fucking ruined it. You know, it's not what I want. It's like he's not in the fucking editing booth, bro. Like, come on. Like,
He might be.
maybe, but maybe
He's
he
still the
doesn't help the
director.
film. But like, a lot of these scenes that were shot, just I don't
We're
think you
never
line
gonna
him up
work.
to be a horror film. He just seemed like he was lying through his fucking teeth.
Yeah, there's not there's like two scenes in the entire movie that I'm like, yeah, I mean that's definitely trying to be horror. But the
Yeah,
rest
they're
of
not
it's
very
just
scary, but they're trying to be horror.
most of it's just whiz bang action. Some of the action ain't bad.
Sure.
I
Sure.
wouldn't say it's great. The
The
plane
movie
crash
is
sequence is fun.
the movie is definitely decent.
I don't know if I go that far.
I'm trying to be nice.
I've soured on it quite
I
a
haven't
bit.
rewatched it. I don't plan on it.
I have rewatched it once since the theater. I own it
Yeah.
on Blu-ray, and I wish I didn't.